Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. Today let us understand what results will Mercury give when it falls in the ninth house. The ninth house is a very important house because it is the third trikona, the most important trikona because it governs the righteousness, dharma trikona, dharma it is. So the first, the fifth and the ninth. The first is the self, what the person has brought to this world. The fifth is the Purva Punya Sthana. So why he has come to this world and what all he will again gain in this world through his self-learning. The ninth is what he will gain through the masters, the learned masters of this world. So the ninth house is very, very important for everybody's chart. One has to go deep into the ninth house to understand what actually he or she will be able to achieve in the levels of higher education and spiritual education, and also achieve from the great masters. If somebody has to have a guru and a diksha, what actually they will achieve in this world can be seen from the ninth house. So we all know Mercury is a very fast moving planet, a versatile planet, talented and good in memory. These people are very sharp and talented people. The ninth house is one of the best positions for Mercury. It gets strength because it's being placed in the ninth. The ninth house is represented by a planet which actually signifies father. So the planet is Sun and it is a friend of Mercury, a natural friend. So we call it Naisargika Mitra. So when Mercury is well placed in the ninth house, then the native will have quick decision making strength. He will be very fast in decision making and he will be young at heart, very fresh in thoughts, will always be, will adhere to whatever his father says or the traditional practices are. If it is negatively posited, then he will never listen to his father. There will be a lot of strain between father and son relationship, and this relationship will very rarely works until or unless there is a strong sun position in the chart. Sun means SUN sun, the position of the planet sun in the chart. So people with good Mercury in the ninth house will be successful in traveling, marketing, and in navy and certain jobs where regular travel is associated. But if they are in if it is well posited, then they will be in very good positions. But if it is negatively posited, then they will be traveling. But now being in a high position and traveling is different from like a marketing representative who travels every day, like a daily job traveler who travels from point A to point B and again comes back from point B to point A in the night. So does the hard work, traveling a long distance every day. This also is seen from a bad Mercury sitting in the ninth house. A good Mercury, this person will be traveling countries, making a lot of money by signing contracts. Like he'll be in a very high level job, and also it's not that only about money. Usually, Mercury means that the person can become something like an ambassador, a delegate from a country who is representing the country, and he will be traveling to other countries to get good opportunities for his country. So that is also one of a very good point for Mercury in the ninth house. When it is positively posited, I have told you that the ninth house is for dharma, the righteousness, doing good karma. So good karma is the 10th house, the actions. To do good karma, the ninth has to be good. So if the ninth and the 10th are good in a chart, then that person is known as to do good deeds or righteous deeds or ethical deeds for the upbringing and well-being of the society. So he'll be very religious, and he can also head religious institutions and can be the head of educational institutions, head of banks, big financial institutions like the IMF, etc. So dharma upholds when Mercury is in the ninth house, and Mercury also upholds dharma, and the native will be very well recognized in the society with good identity and very good social presence. This person will live his life in a intellectually, in a higher plane where people really give respect. So dharma will totally get reversed when it becomes negative, because Mercury is a very soft planet, very subtle planet, very a fast moving planet anyway, we know that, but it is also a very weak planet when it is alone. So when it is sitting with a malefic, it tends to do, succumb to the malefic strength of the other planet. So what will happen is that Mercury will start acting negative along with its significations. So the significations of Mercury itself will start becoming negative. So the point is that if it sits in the ninth house and becomes weak, weak is okay, but when it becomes negative, so let's say along with Rahu, very close to Rahu, then there is a chance that a person might go through false allegations or real allegations, maybe because he might have done something wrong. It might be that he has been hiding his mistake and it has come to light, and suddenly he is caught. Suspensions might happen because the ninth house is the 12th from the 10th house. Going under suspension, inquiry, and getting terminated from job or suddenly losing job, all these things have to be seen from the ninth house, and particularly Mercury. A person will go through a lot of changes in job if it is weakly posited, and if it is negatively posited, then a person will go through humiliation, termination, suspension, inquiry, so many things like allegations in when he is in job, and also there is a chance that he might lose job because of certain actions. And this always doesn't have to be true that he has done the mistake. There is also a chance that Mercury getting involved with other planets means that this native getting involved with some 4 or 5 people who are actually the people who have done the mistake or conmen, and he, because of his association with them, will also become a party to the act, and he will also be terminated, or he will also go through the bad effects of being friends with bad people. So this is one thing which Mercury, we keep telling people that when Mercury in certain houses, please be away from so and so type of people. Don't unnecessarily get associated, because if they fall down, they'll pull you down. So if it is negative in the ninth house, the person will become an atheist. He will go against the religious activities and rituals. He will start becoming a public. He'll become oral and very, very, he'll start speaking against the his own religion, his own social practices, and if it is positively posited along with the retro planet, let us say like a retro Mercury, retro Jupiter, Mercury posited with a retro Jupiter in the ninth house, so that person will become a reformator. That is, there will be reformation from his side. That is, he will try to reform the society by making corrections and amendments to the some type. I will not tell that all practices, all traditional practices are scientific. There are some traditional practices which are done blindly, so he doesn't like that. He needs a proof for everything. But here I am talking about a Mercury which is associated with a malefic. So this person will in a full way, he will be negative. He will totally become negative to the regular practices of religion. So he is when positive, he is an intellectual. I have made a lot of points for this. This is a very big topic. So he is an intellectual, can discuss any topic with ease, socially very active, worldly positions are there, very good positions. He will have a lot of worldly positions like money, wealth, like luxuries, conveyances, etc. So he will be very good in conversation. He is very good in talk. So his intellectual discourses will be listened to by many people with very much a lot of interest. So he will observe all public rules, and what we call as the moral rules of the society. He will follow them very neatly. This is when Mercury is strongly posited in the ninth house, and he needs a lot of preparation before he can take a path towards final self-realization, which actually is a good thing for him because he will be pious and he will be very mild and sharp-witted and a very nice person. He does not want conflict at any cost. Mercury in the ninth, if it is well posited, they don't want conflict. They want harmonious, peaceful life. So just imagine the reverse of this. All these things. Intellectual, he will be, if it is negative, then he'll be an intellectual, but he'll be using it all for negative deeds. So discourses, he will be using the same hate speeches where he will try to, amass people against, and do propaganda against something. So all this negativity also can come if it is, it's a total flip. If either it is very good or it is extremely bad. So if it is good and if it is well posited, these people are interested in yoga and exercises to keep themselves fit. They are very good. On the other side, they will be highly lethargic if it is not well posited, and they do not want to even move a muscle. So see the other flip side. So they have very good intuitive power. These are the positive things. I have written only the positive things. They have got good intuitive power. They can become famous. They construct a lot of social development like wells, like dams, like for drinking water facilities. These people are proactive. They are as good as politicians, good politicians, charitable, they are generous, they are fortunate, they are lucky, they are interested in metaphysics, that is, things which are not easily explained by physics. Meta means after psyche physics, so that is after the real, the world where we can prove things. After that, things which are in the gray area now. So these people love exploring things. They want to bring out solutions for it, the mysteries which have happened. So these people are excellent and very good detectives. So they have good concentration power. They have very good grasping power and memory power, and they are very studious. Very studious. They are voracious readers, and also these people are like ekasandigrahi. Ekasandigrahi means listen once and they'll understand. They do not have to repeatedly read the same thing. One reading, the whole thing goes inside. So they are very, very good at it. So they are very strong in will and determined in their path. They are multi-talented and they can do multiple jobs at the same time. So this is only and only exclusively it is for Mercury. Nobody else can do this. If in the Chararashi, if it is the Chararashi, that is, if the ninth house is the Chararashi in which it is posited, they love to travel. They love to keep moving around. So generally they follow their heart, but because Mercury represents intellect, that is, there are three types of intellects: Prajna, Buddhi, and Chitta. Here we are talking about the conscious intellect, the immediate intellect. So that is Chitta. So that they are very good at it. So there will be the interaction of the mind and the heart together when they take a decision. They are not, they are not always when people tell that people take only decisions from the mind, that means emotionless. No, they are not emotionless. They have the affection, they have the care, and everything included. The heart also is there in it. So they are very emotional people, sensitive people also, and they always don't do calculations, because the same Mercury, if it is negatively posited, they become highly calculative, miserly in nature, and all negatives. So they are helpful here, they are good to their friends and colleagues. There are gains in lawsuits, because it is the second from the eighth. So, and they can be good in publication houses like journalism, like printing, stationery. They are good in this digital printing and all these things. Everything, even the news broadcasting anchors, if they have ninth house Mercury, third house Mercury, Lagna Mercury, these people are very good in speaking, and also good at facing, the people or the audience, anchoring, excellent it is. So they like to help people, they like to serve people, because ninth house is the sthana, dharma sthana. So they would want to do a lot of good deeds to the people. So if there is a slow moving planet associated with Mercury, these people are contented and satisfied. If there is a fast moving planet, let us say Sun or Mars associated with Mercury, then these people have the hunger to have more, do more, and work more. It's not that they are greedy, but they don't stop working, they continuously work. So if it is negative, then they do not believe in religion, traditional values, customs, and they become rebels. So they get into arguments, and unnecessarily they cross the ethical line, which is very dangerous. So if this is present in teenagers, I keep telling that young boys, they tend to unnecessarily spoil their lives because of bad associations, and trying to jump the ethical boundaries, and then they fall into bad company. That's what we tell. So a good Mercury, an excellent native, an excellent citizen for the country. A bad Mercury, God bless, we need to reform him and try to control that he doesn't go, wrong. So this is how Mercury gives its results to the native of who has the chart with Mercury in the ninth house. So thank you very much for today's class.